Hi, okay, good evening. It's the March 14th, 2024 meeting of the Affordable Housing Trust. Um, Present in the room is Paul Armstrong, Jean Landis-Nauman, and online we have Nathan Hedberg.
Hello.
Jen has notified me that she is taking her medical leave for the next few months. So she will not be joining us until she notifies me. So that's why I've also made Sheila aware of that. I have not received any response from Sheila. So in order for us to have a meeting, the three of us have to agree to all be here.
She's looking at the screen, but she's thinking of me.
Yes, constitute a quorum. Okay. All right. So before we get started, this meeting is being recorded by PAC TV. Anyone intending to make an audio or video recording of this meeting should notify the chair at this time. No takers. All right. So the first order of business is to approve the minutes from our last meeting on February 1st. Those have been sent to you. I trust everyone's had a chance to take a look at them. Do I have a motion?
I will make that motion to accept and approve the minutes of February 1st, 2024.
Okay.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, Nathan?
Nathan, I.
Paul, I.
Jean, I, 3-0. Okay. All right. Community engagement, videos, creative media. Guess what? We are done.
Yay.
Put a fork in.
Yeah. We have the third video. I had asked Sheila if she would announce it at a selectmen's meeting, but I don't know if she did. I need to make sure that that is now posted on our on the town website. And I honestly don't think I have done that yet, so I need to get that up there. Now, I think we need to figure out how we're going to do some more promotion of this series of videos. It makes no, it doesn't do anything if it just sits there and no one knows about it. I think it's going to take us repetitively mentioning it to people. When the initial video came out, I did show it at the selectmen's meeting. Excuse me, I did not do the same for the second one. I don't know if we want to do that for the third one, but we do need to somehow get the word out that we have this video series available, and to I wanted to get it out there directly, so people will look at it and they can look at any of the three of them. They can look at all of them. The first one I think is what, 2 or 3 minutes. The second one is a little longer, and the third one is not even 2 minutes. So it's not a long series of videos, but I want to get it out there while it's still current and relevant. Obviously, the message is relevant, but it was filmed over the last 2 or 3 years, and the people in there, are current. So I'm going to get some viewers on it. I believe it's also available on PAC TV, through their YouTube. So any thoughts on how we can best advertise this, direct people to it? I can ask that it be put on the first page of the town website.
Right.
But I'm not sure how many people just go trolling through there periodically to see what's going on. So, and any thoughts, Nathan?
I know some departments have a Facebook page or a Twitter page So that would be a good place to have it posted.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Paul, any thoughts? You can do whatever you want.
I had a skin treatment today and they burned my face and now I'm on fire.
Yep.
So even
Mhm.
Oh, boy. I'm sorry, Paul.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
That's not your fault.
I know, but still, I can.
So anyways, yeah, if somebody comes up and says, who's that idiot with a hat on it to me?
Okay.
But anyways.
Crocodile Dundee.
So Facebook,
Yeah, I
town
don't,
website.
do we have does the Affordable Housing Trust have a link on the town's website?
Yes. Yeah, we have a whole page and.
So that's, they should be, they're on there.
I mean, that's what we'll make sure the three of them are reside on our page.
I think doing the selectmen's meeting, you can get them to
Okay.
spend a few minutes. I think that's all right. But
Okay.
you could try to do it at the beginning of town meeting too, if you wanted to.
You have to get permission from the moderator on that. Not sure. I haven't seen him allow any announcements up front, so.
I suppose we could have a handout that says watch our video.
Right. I'm not a big fan of producing paper.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure how effective it really is and all the resources that go into creating the paper. All right. I will know next week when I can resume driving. So they just had a meeting on the 12th. So the next one would be on the 26th.
Cool.
Why do I think I have something on the 26th? Doesn't have to be me and going in front of I do have something that night. Doesn't have to be me going in front of the selectmen. There are three of us here. And
but you do such a
they
good
might
job.
they might get tired of seeing me, might get more.
You know what? That might actually be something Sheila would be willing to do, is present the video.
We can ask her. I can ask her again. She just hasn't responded. So
okay.
I'll ask her again.
She might do that because it's something she could bring up at the meeting.
Right. Dawn just made an announcement for the Agricultural Commission. So I'll ask her again if she can do that. Okay. And I will see about getting it on Facebook and on the town website. Okay. Any other thoughts on the video? Any other venues where you could see us showing them?
Oh, maybe can you get a copy down to the Business Association?
The KBA?
Yeah.
I don't know what they would do with it. They're kind of folding into the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce.
That's a good idea.
I mean, certainly Habitat could access them through the town website. Amy's, I think, aware that we did the videos. If lightning strikes and you get a brilliant idea, send me a text and see who we can get this in front of. Just kind of as an aside, Mark Friedaboni sent me a series of newspaper articles, and one of them is that Duxbury just had the Duxbury Housing Summit to focus on housing needs of the town's elderly population. It's organized by the Age and Dementia Friendly Task Force. It must be there. So they had the Affordable Housing Trust there. They had the Housing Authority there. Obviously, someone from Old Colony Planning Council. I think they had their town planner. They had someone from the Finance Committee. They had someone from the Planning Board. Which sounds like a possibility, and I'm wondering if maybe we could approach the town planner. If you'll recall, it wasn't that long ago that she talked to us about updating the housing production plan, but we haven't heard anything since then. So why don't I give her a call, see where we are with the housing production plan, and usually as part of that, there is some kind of public forum, so maybe this type of meeting could be dovetailed into the process for updating housing plan, because they did mention that. And a lot of this has to do with the MBTA zoning changes that are being asked of towns. Okay, so housing production plan, housing summit. Okay. And I could also ask her where we are with the ADU zoning. Have you heard anything in that, Paul?
Yes, whenever you want. I can,
Let me see.
is it on there? Can we do it now?
Yeah, it's the very next thing, ADU. So why don't you tell us about ADU?
A consultant was hired, and there've been a couple of in-house meetings.
Okay.
They have a rough draft that
Okay.
they're working on.
Okay.
That has of course get approved at town meeting.
Uh-huh.
But it's really nice.
Okay.
And there's
so
other towns that have already done stuff, so
right.
it's still going to be a special permit process, but they're going to have attached and detached as part of it.
Okay.
So and get rid of and tidy up the language that makes it hard for anybody to qualify because of lot size.
Right, right.
So some of the things that were a real concern, most of the things that are real concern addressed.
Okay, well, that's good. So the plans are still to have that warrant article at the annual town meeting?
She's already had a preliminary discussion with the planning board at their last meeting, and they were very supportive.
Okay.
So they're working out the details, and they should, within the next couple of weeks, they should have something solid to show you.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. I was surprised to see through the data that was collected that there are several towns, and quite a few towns around here that have already done something.
Here in Massachusetts?
Yeah, in South Shore.
Okay. All right. Because I guess the only one we saw a lot of headlines on was from Weymouth. They were kind of going the opposite direction. So.
No.
Okay. Any thoughts, Ethan, or?
No, sounds good.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate the update. Knowing there's some movement on that. Like I was explaining to somebody earlier today, it doesn't really, none of the units are going to be deed restricted, so therefore they're not part of the subsidized housing inventory, but there's still another option. And I would expect that some of them, maybe not all of them, but some of them would be a little bit below market, depending on who they're renting to. So it's just another item that's in the housing bucket for options for people here. And it doesn't take up any additional land. So you're increasing your number of housing units within the developed land you already have. Okay. Let's see. All right, Mass Housing Partnership, regional listening sessions and their housing institute. I think I sent this out to you about the housing, the regional housing. Pull this up here. And then they're having their housing institute, I believe it's in June. Yes, okay, so the listening, South Shore is March 20th. You do need to register but it's a Zoom.
What's the name of it?
This is through the Mass Housing Partnership, and it's called Virtual Regional Listening Sessions.
Okay.
And the one for the South Shore is March 20th. If you need the link, let me know. So I did sign up for that one. Okay, it's from 12 to 1. So people can attend over their lunch hour if they need to. Okay. Was that something you were going to try and attend, Nathan?
Yeah, I don't think I have the link, so I'll send you an email to get that.
Okay, I will send you both the links on that. It's under the Mass Housing Partnership, but I'll send you sometimes their website is pretty full. Sometimes it's hard to drill down to find what you're looking for. So I will send that to both of you. And then in June, they're having in-person a housing institute. It's the 12th and the 13th. It'll be in person on Wednesday, the 12th and the 13th at in Worcester at the AC Hotel. I think there is a fee for that one, and there's more information about what will be covered in each of those sessions. It says a intensive 2-day training actively engages participants in discussion and problem-solving activities related to the development of affordable homes across Massachusetts. I have been to a couple of these. Previous trustees have been to a couple of these. It's a good way to meet and talk with others who are involved in affordable housing issues in their community. But it is in Worcester, and they're saying ample parking is available, but we're excited that this venue is located along the commuter rail. So if you don't wish to drive, you can take the commuter rail. But I will send that to both of you. And I apologize, I thought I had sent that out. And you may want to get yourself signed up to get their emails. Okay, so you will get this type of thing directly to you. Okay. I am waiting to hear back from Amy Belmore and the county. If you'll recall, when she was here at the last meeting, we were talking about the community development block grant that Plymouth had. And she was going to contact the woman there who was in charge of that. She did so, and the woman told her that it was for communities with population higher than 50,000. So obviously Kingston doesn't qualify. So I said to Amy, excuse me, would the HUD also allow a county, the communities in a county, to apply jointly, through the county, because obviously the population base then would be more than the 50,000. So she sent that over to some contacts at the county level. The administrator, Frank Bassler, was Frank Bassler interested? I can't remember, but certainly Tom O'Brien, who's the county treasurer, was interested. And I happened to meet Scott Vecchi the other day, who is also one of the commissioners. And I have not gotten back to him to talk in depth. I just mentioned to him, the basics that we were interested in, seeing if there would be the possibility of applying through the county for one of these block grants. And that was what they were using to build one of the Habitat houses. Remember, she was telling us it was a combination of funding from several sources, including this community block grant. And I think they got a substantial amount from that. So that's where we went with the community block grants. Trying to think what else here I talked to her about on the 23rd. So there's still some consideration for the Smith Lane property. I think the issue there is the Medicaid lien. Yeah. So apparently the brothers, there's heirs. So the brothers conceded, but then they found a sister. And Ken was telling me that there was a court case, not necessarily here in Massachusetts, on tax title property. And the decision of that court was that when a town takes a property for not paying taxes, once that property is sold, after the town gets their taxes, the rest of the equity has to be returned to the heirs.
I would hope so. And I was really shocked when I found out that's not the way it was in Massachusetts.
Right.
Because some towns are real aggressive about it.
Yes, yes.
As a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ken said he had not gotten any direction from the state on whether or not the decision of that court will be used here in Massachusetts.
In this particular case on Smith Lane, the lien is substantial from the state.
Right. I think it was Medicaid coverage. You know, somebody went in a nursing home and
Yeah.
And you know, that's probably why the property hasn't been sold, because the heirs don't want to pay it.
Yeah, nobody's taking title to it. It's just
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's another situation where, you know, who's supposed to pay for somebody in a nursing home or?
Well, it's not an unreasonable thing.
No, I don't.
Somebody's got to pay.
Yeah. I think
it's just so long. It takes so long to do it that
it does.
The value of the asset deteriorates.
Well, you know, if you've seen that property, you and I have seen it, Nathan. I don't know if you've driven by it, but it is.
I've taken a look.
Yeah, and I thought he said that the back taxes were like 87,000 on there.
Could be.
Yeah. And I said, well, you know, would the town negotiate on that? And he said they could only forgive $15. I thought that's what he said. So, you know, I have to find out how some of these other communities do this with tax title property, where there's an agreement that the property will go to the Affordable Housing Trust and the back taxes are forgiven.
Well, as soon as the town takes title to it, then
Right.
I don't think that's they sell it again to
Right.
so that's where the argument comes.
Yeah, to recoup the back taxes.
Yeah.
But if they donated it to the Affordable Housing Trust,
Well, yeah,
you know, and forgive I mean, they take a loss on the back taxes, basically. And that's how some towns are increasing their affordable housing.
It's kind of lateral, parallel note. My dad, when I was working with him, built some houses off of Kingston Street and Missouri Avenue. Bought some lots, built some houses, and one of the lots that came in the package, you had to buy the package. The river ran right through it, and so he didn't pay the taxes on it. And he wanted to. He said to the town, I don't want you to spend any money taking it. But I'm not going to pay the taxes. I'm going to do it. So they were able to work out that he wanted to make a gift to the town. And the town accepted the gift at town meeting. So there wasn't any money involved.
Right.
We generated the deed and the town took title to it, and it was a sensitive piece of property because the river was right full of it. Yeah. But there are some ways for the town to take title to something.
Right. But in this case, it wasn't a buildable lot either, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. And Amy thought that it would be a minimum of 250,000 to purchase and rehab it. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Then Ken said
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But in this market,
it's not bad. I mean, if you could get a house for you know an investment of
if you're saying what's it worth on the market,
right?
You know.
Yeah. Sonny was telling me about another property that they had just taken on Landing Road. So Amy took a look at that, and it has no water or sewer. It's a shed. Although it appears that someone may actually be living in,
Okay, so, yeah,
you know,
it's a
where
boathouse, that were a boathouse,
it's
so right next to the
right
river.
up from the Reed,
Hmm?
right up from the Reed
On Landing
on the back,
Road.
yeah, on the back part there. So if
Yeah.
you go in the driveway to go to the back of the Reed where the
Yeah, it's across the
tennis
street.
courts, yeah, it's right there. Yeah, it's on the,
Yeah, whether or not it was ever a buildable lot, and there's all the.
I know there's questions about it, but you know, the fact that it doesn't have water or sewer.
Yeah.
Prevents us from doing anything with it anyway.
But it does have a structure.
Hmm?
It does have a structure.
It does have a structure. And it's,
Is there sewer on Landing Road? I don't know.
you would kind of think so, but I
Yeah.
don't know. The current assessment is 180. The land is 161. The building is the difference.
We could always see if they turn it over to the Affordable Housing Trust. We could see what we can do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we would have to wait till the water issue is resolved.
Yeah.
So it's another property that we're just gonna put on our list of possibilities down the road, but
Mhm.
excuse me. But for now,
Because it's at least big as a 1-bedroom room.
yeah, it would be pretty
Fun.
small, I think. Trying to think what the acreage is here. Should show in here.
It'd be tough. Built on the footprint.
0.29. Yeah. So 1/4 of an acre, but a lot of homes are built on 1/4 of an acre. So I don't think it's an impossibility. I think it's just a matter of waiting till water would be available.
Whenever that one.
I know. There doesn't seem to be a lot of progress on that at the moment. Okay. So yeah, that's okay. So other than that, I don't have anything else from Habitat. They've been posting a lot on Facebook. I don't know if you've seen all the postings, but the house they're doing in Manaman is really coming along quite nicely. They've had crews there almost every weekend. They had electricians there for some of the rough electrical work. They had some sort of new siding donated, so they were learning how to put that on. So it's coming along.
Cool.
Yeah, it's coming along. All right. What else I have here? Somebody, I'm not sure how I got this, but a group called ModTech Homes, and they're in Hingham, I think. Yeah, Hingham, but they're modular homes. I must have seen this in some newspaper article about ModTech homes, but they're modular homes, modular colonials, Cape Cods, and
They're not making us. They're just they're developing.
Simply makes development.
Yeah, but they're made somewhere else.
Yes, I think they're made somewhere else. They're just probably
New York or Pennsylvania.
yeah, they're probably the current outlet.
Yeah, they're the retailer.
Yeah. Yeah. So townhouses, duplex, triplex, attached, single family, and 2 to 4 family homes. So I just wanted to look into it a little bit.
Does it say manufactured or modular?
They call them modular.
Okay.
Yep, they use the term modular repeatedly. Okay, then Okay, I found out too late. There was just a housing discussion program with Secretary Augustus on Tuesday, February 13th at the Shaw Center in Brockton. And he was going to talk about the administration's priorities for housing in the new year. And I didn't see anything that talked about that being recorded. So I was sorry to miss that announcement. That came through Colony Planning Council. If you're not on their subscriber list for the newsletter, it's another option you might want to consider, because they seem to have really reinvigorated Old Colony Planning Council, and they're getting involved in a lot of different things around so I was sorry to find out about that after the meeting took place. Let's see. Have this. Oh, I guess I was still looking for some updated information for our brochure, and everything is still pretty dated. 1919, 1920, 21. I'm not finding a lot that's current. The other group of properties that we've looked at before and probably does not have water or sewer connections are properties there in Bottle Street. There's an owner. There's a bunch of paper streets, and there's some town properties mixed in too. Are those wetland properties?
Some of them are, but there's a nice piece down.
There's a nice piece.
It would be a really nice piece to get all together.
Okay.
You know, you'd have to, if you're able to get the other ones that haven't paid taxes in a long time, put it together with the ones the town has. You got a nice piece there. You'd have to do some extension of Powell Street, but that wouldn't be the engineering. But that's that'd be a nice place for some senior housing. Just you can walk uptown, buy some fish. But yeah.
Are you familiar with these properties, Nathan?
I know Pottle Street, and if you're talking about the end of Pottle Street, then yeah, past the
where are they?
athletic fields.
If you look on the assessor's maps, you'll see old paper streets down there. There's one house that's down there, and then the rest is all vacant. But actually, that thing lays out into where the soccer field is. I mean, the softball field is. But all in all, that's a really nice section right in.
It's not so swampy.
And it gets wet. You'll see if you click on the wet part on the GIS, the wetlands and stuff, you can see that the back part of some of it is. But there's some in the front that are nice.
Okay.
It's an old paper street that was created before zoning, just laid it out. And if you did something in there and you had the ability to get control of most of the other ones, you could rearrange those streets. You could abandon those streets and
the ones you don't need.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff you could do.
But you would need a developer to work with in order to do that.
And I don't think and I think that's a possibility. You just need to have control of the property.
Yeah. Has anybody had indicated any interest in those properties?
No.
Okay. All right. And again, they would all need water and sewer, right?
Yes. Well, or you could put a septic down.
Could you?
Could you? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if the sewer goes up Pottle Street or not. Does it? Maybe it does. I don't know.
I don't know. Jen would know.
Yeah. Because if there's a main up on Pottle Street someplace, then you can just use a pressure sewer to push it down to. You don't have to run a big main all the way. You run a small main.
Okay. Yeah, so because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't have a limit, but I made a map up.
I thought I had, I thought I had. I don't have it in this package. I must have a folder on it because I know we looked at this before.
Yeah.
But you don't know of any developer that's expressed any interest.
No, because right now it's 72 different owners, or not 72, but it's quite a few different parcels. Some the town owns, and
only maybe 2 the town owns.
The thing is the access to get there.
5, 6, 7. There's 7.
It's through town proper. Right now, the Bottle Street, I don't think it's laid out. It's at least a road easement. I think they just took a road easement of when they went to do all the fields in the back. They did a road easement up till the town property stopped. So if you wanted to develop that, you've got to get the town. The town has the way in because it's just vacant land, and that paper street doesn't go all the way back. In the good old days, you could just take a piece of property anywhere and just divide it into lots without it even going in and ending on a street. So if you look on the map, you'll see these lots and these streets that go nowhere, and then there's a vacant space that's town on land, and then you hit in Bottle Street.
Okay, all right.
So that's the town has the leverage in this.
So 7 are owned by this one person. And then 2 are owned by the town.
Picked them up at an auction years ago.
He picked them up at an auction?
At a town auction years ago.
And then he didn't pay any taxes?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's quite a bit of, he's never paid, it doesn't look like he's ever paid anything. Okay. And as far as you know, he doesn't have any designs to develop them?
I didn't go looking because.
Okay. All right, so I think this is another, it has potential. We'll put it on our list of potentials.
I think it has real potential.
Okay.
But control of the land is the key.
About meshing with the ball fields and all that, about integrating with all the ball fields and stuff.
Well, that's all owned by the town. I don't think so.
Depends what you put up there.
Yeah, I mean, people live right around the reed fields and have for probably.
It depends how you landscape it and, Yeah, if you're doing a development, then you pay the whole, you pave it in so it's not dirt, and you could maybe move it closer there, and then it'd be on the other side of it.
Art, do you want to introduce yourself since you're speaking on a recorded program here?
I'm sorry, Art Norman,
Thank you.
You introduced him at the beginning.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you said. Yeah, you did.
She said it to Nathan.
Yeah. Okay. So as of June of 23, Kingston is on the subsidized housing inventory. It says we have in 2020, the number of housing units was 5,251. Total development units, I'm not sure what that means. And the number of SHI units was 235, leaving us at 4.48%. Okay, so that's where we are on the subsidized housing, which means we're nowhere near 10%. Although Duxbury, in that newspaper article, said they were 129 for meeting their 129 units for meeting their 10%.
It's a never-ending scale, though. Every time
I know it's a moving target. It's a moving target. Okay, so CPC. Nathan, you can jump in here if you want. I was before the CPC last Thursday regarding our application for $50,000, and they heard from everybody who had submitted an application, and then they voted, And they voted to move to town meeting our request for the $50,000. So thank you, Nathan.
Yeah.
As far as I understand, everything that was proposed this year was approved. Is that correct?
Yes.
So now it's up to town meeting to vote to authorize those expenditures as of July 1st. So again, very grateful to the CPC for working with us to do that. And the town clerk is in the process of having the bylaws codified, incorporating all the changes up to but excluding last year's annual town meeting. So that language is available. I think that we made a minor change on that to allow the Board of Selectmen to approve any change in our declaration. And technically we need to update that declaration anytime there's a new person comes on as a trustee or leaves. So I believe that the only declaration in existence was the original trustees. So technically, if property came up tomorrow that we were interested in moving forward on, we could not until we get the declaration of trust updated. So
but that's something the selectmen can do.
They can. So I need to run this through the town administrator. Now that I'm not quite clear on this. It was approved at town meeting. But when I asked the town clerk when it was going to be posted on the town website, he said it had to go through this codification process that then gets voted on at town meeting, which I don't understand because town meeting approved the change in the bylaw. So I want to have a discussion with the town administrator to clarify in my mind what this really means, because I'm of the opinion that after it's been approved by town meeting and then it goes through the Attorney General's office for review and they come back and say it's okay,
that's it.
I think it should be effective. But he's told me, the town clerk has told me in the past, that not until it's codified, which
that's my opinion.
Yeah, I
but
just want to know for sure.
Whether or not it's printed or not, it's official.
That's what I thought, but I will run this by Keith.
Yeah.
And if in fact we can proceed, then I will ask for this to be put on the selectmen's agenda to have us updated. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's mostly just a procedure of that particular article. You need a clarification from town council.
Right. Yeah. On BOS.
Because they haven't codified for a few years. So if that was the case, then all this stuff would be floating.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so we might have been talking about something different than you were talking.
Okay. So we'll see about getting that moving. And then Nathan, you had sent me something back in December. It's about a new 40B public hearing. This was on, I think this is on Creola, on Wapping Road.
That's still in process.
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah.
And the latest I heard, he was going to duplexes.
Okay.
Because he has to put wells in.
Oh, okay. The other 40B that's in front of the ZBA is the one on Thomas Street, the one behind Copper Beach. That's Conoco. And it was on their agenda for the 6th. And Conoco asked for it to be moved to a meeting in April. So, and this is for approximately 162 apartments under 40B, which means that 25% of the apartments would be designated as affordable for our SHI, all 162 account. So I have mixed feelings about this. Obviously, having a higher number on the SHI looks better for the town, gets us closer to the goal of not having to entertain a 40B that is not acceptable to the town. And it could put us in safe harbor status. So again, we wouldn't have to consider any 40Bs for a while that we don't like. But bottom line is only about 40 of them would be affordable. So it will be interesting to see how this one moves forward and the time frame, because I'm still hearing that the new apartments at the mall are struggling to get occupied.
I know there's, my understanding, I don't know, it's my understanding that there's quite a few people that it might be on some sort of different aid rather than being designated affordable apartment.
Yeah, I had heard that too.
And it's too bad that that doesn't count.
I know,
You know what
I
mean?
know,
Because
but it's a different
being
program.
supported. Yeah, but I'm still saying it's being
program, and it's the subsidization goes with the individual, not with the apartment.
but still,
I know.
it seems like there should be a way that they could, that should count because it's being made affordable, even if it's a flexible.
It doesn't meet the SHI definition of having a
but, you know,
restriction.
Yeah,
Permanent
but
restriction.
it's still being provided.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the one selectmen's meeting, town administrator was talking about having had meetings with the new mall management and some of the things that they're proposing there. And I think they may still be looking at additional housing.
I imagine.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they weren't, but. You know.
Yeah. It's a shame because I think there's many other economic drivers that could go in there.
Some commercial tax base, you mean?
Yeah, and something that would it would be an economic driver as well as being a community service. So it'll be interesting to see how that all comes about. I've been through how many different management groups at the mall, and they all come in with really positive ideas and approaches, and then we don't see a lot of it happening. So, and I know some of it's economically driven. I'm sure they have some positive plans, but then if the economy tanks or something else happens, as we all know, those plans can go awry. So
Suppose informally, I think they've said that they hope to have some things that they'll be ready for the fall town meeting, some proposals and stuff.
Oh, really?
What they might be
for the fall.
For the fall.
Okay. Regarding the mall.
Yeah, that's just that's something informal.
Okay.
They are targeting something, I think.
Okay. They had a rough draft of the warrant articles attached to the selectmen's agenda the other night, but there was nothing on there past kind of like the mandatory warrant articles. So
this will be the fall town meeting. Oh, I mean for other articles?
Yeah, I mean like the ADU and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It's not time yet.
I guess not. It's early.
Just it might be save us some space time. That's all.
I didn't even see those. So. Okay, that is all I had for us tonight. Your thoughts about what we can do at our next meeting, if you have some agenda items that you think we should have.
Nothing occurs to me at the moment, but I'll send you an email if I have an idea.
Yes, please do.
Should we start planning for the Christmas party?
Start planning for the Christmas. Sure.
Sure.
Um,
It's mostly what, there's a lot of things like this, so.
yeah, I mean, it's right now we're kind of in a holding pattern, just waiting to see what happens. I mean, the original estimate on the sewer, the new leaching fields, was that part of them would be functional by sometime in June. Yeah.
I thought it was the fall, October.
Okay. Have you heard
They
anything?
thought they were gonna have somebody in the ground by June.
Okay.
But what I heard was that they were hoping to have at least some of it built enough so they could start using at least part of it by the end of October.
Okay. Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
But you said you've not heard anything on water. Okay. Any other housing proposals floating around?
No, not when they come in, there's no water.
Huh?
When they come in and there's no water.
Exactly. You know, I think that's it. We're kind of in a holding pattern here till those issues get resolved. Okay. All right. And Nathan, anything on your
No,
part?
not right now.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Well, I second.
All right. Those in favor, Nathan,
Nathan, I.
All right.
Jean, I.